Good morning, investors and traders. This is Naim Aslam, Chief Market Analyst at AvaTrade, and welcome to our daily market update. As always, it is important for me to go through this disclaimer. Anything which we are going to discuss cannot be perceived as an advice. This is purely for education purposes. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisors. So let's talk about market. What exactly is going on in the US stock market and of course the European stock market as well? Well, the European stock markets are pretty much building, or let's just say extending their gains from yesterday. Now the question is, why are we seeing this upward momentum for the European markets or for the US stock market, provided that, remember, the massive stimulus, which was very much pushing this market higher, isn't really going to be here. At least that is what we discussed yesterday, because Donald Trump really put cold water on those expectations, saying that, look, another stimulus isn't really going to be here until after the US elections. So if the stimulus isn't really going to be here, that means a lot of bankruptcies for smaller to medium-sized businesses, because they will eventually run out of cash. And that means they'll be laying off people. But yesterday, we had a change of stance from Donald Trump. What he said is that, look, we can have a standalone bill, which is pretty much geared for US airlines. So that means just a bill, which is very specific to save the US airlines, because that is where we are going to see massive number of unemployments or possible bankruptcies. And if there is a bankruptcy for any major US airline, that is likely to have massive influence on the overall sentiment and on the overall US economy as well. And when we have an influence on the US economy, there is always a ripple effect of that for the rest of the economy, or the global economy as well. So now investors and traders, they have this belief that, look, another mammoth, or let's just say big stimulus package is going to be here, regardless of who wins the election, whether it's Joe Biden or whether it's Donald Trump. Because the Federal Reserve minutes that came out yesterday, again, we talked in length yesterday about that, how these Federal Reserve minutes can really influence the stock market. So the key takeaway from that is that the Federal Reserve key minutes have confirmed that, look, the Fed wants more stimulus from the fiscal side. So they've pretty much made that clear. In addition to that, the Federal Reserve minutes also confirmed that the central bank, meaning the Fed, is going to either increase its asset purchase program in order to support the stock market and the US economy, or it will extend the period of asset purchase program. So both of them means the Fed is likely to remain dovish for a longer period of time. So all of these, so the cocktail of these factors, very much supporting the stock market. But in terms of your technical price levels, what is quite important is that the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq, all of these indices have moved above their 50-day smooth moving average. And that is quite an important point with respect to the stock market, because now it is very likely for this stock market to continue its journey to the upside, as long as these stock indices stay above their 50-day smooth moving average on the daily time frame. That's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time.